So, do you like comics, right? You like comics. Those little pictures with words that tell a story. Maybe you're into the manga types, like me, but have you ever wanted to learn the history of comics? Well, you clicked on this, so I guess you want to know. So, here I'll be talking about the first comic strips from Story of America cards and culture category. Comic strips are a sequence of cartoons arranged in interrelated panels to display brief humor or form a narrative, often serialized with text in balloons and captions. Traditionally, throughout the 20th and into the 21st century, these have been published in newspapers and magazines, with daily horizontal strips printed in black and white in newspapers, while Sunday papers offer longer sequences in special color comic sections. With the advent of the internet, online comic strips began to appear as webcomics. During the 1890s, Joseph Pulitzer New York World and William Randolph Hearst New York Journal went all out to lure sensation-hungry newspaper readers by publishing stories about murders, scandals involving the witch, tragedies, and disasters. When news was scarce, Hearst and Pulitzer did not hesitate to manufacture it. By playing up aristocracies real and imagined by the Spanish in Cuba, and ripping up a patriotic fever in the United States against Spain, the two newspapers did much to push the nation into the Spanish-American War in 1898. But in 1896, a cocky, lovable comic strip, Street Kid, had quietly begun to entertain the readers of the world. 2 years later, the untrained who wore a garment resembling a nightgown began appearing in a bright yellow gown, and suddenly, the Yellow Kid, the creation of artist Richard Alcott, had boasted the world ahead of the journal in a frantic battle for circulation. He's counterattacked by hiring Alcott away from Pulitzer and publishing his own comic strip supplement in color. Pulitzer answered back by obtaining the copyrights to The Yellow Kid and then assisting another artist to depict the kid's adventures. From The Yellow Kid came the term yellow journalism, used to describe the Pulitzer-Hearst brand of sensation in handling the news. In 1897, Hearst began publishing the first authentic comic strip called The Castlejammer Kids, which used a row of panels and dialogue enclosed in balloons to tell the story of two troublesome children and their hurried mother and father. This strip by Rudolph Dirks set the style and was followed by others. Frederick B. Opper's Happy Hooligan, Winsor McKay's Little Nemo, and Bud Fisher's Mutt and Jeff. During the early 1900s, the development of major newspaper syndicates, including Hearst's International News Service, King Features, United Features, and Chicago Turbine Syndicate, made it possible to distribute artists' work in scores of newspapers each day throughout the country. Among the most popular of the Scandinavian strips were George McManus's Bringing Up Father and Harold Gray's Little Orphan Annie. During the 1930s, syndicate comic strips helped millions of Americans forget the Great Depression that was underway. It was then that such favorites as Buck Rogers by Dick Hawkins, Superman by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, and Tarzan by Harold Foster were born. I don't really have a bonus entry for this one, so this is a video recommendation. You see, I have talked about Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst before in my history card video, The Yellow Press. Like, these guys can tell you they are pretty shady, or what, well, I guess that's just the life of a businessman. You gotta be the competition. And like, their competition literally started a war with two countries, so yeah. Yellow Press is something and evil. But I don't know which way to say it. So if you want to learn more about Yellow Press, I have a video resource from the Story of America cards about it for you to check out. And that's all about the first comic strips. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the Yellow Press. One is if you want to learn more about yellow journalism from me. And I'll see you next time in my other cards. Bye!